Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the No Easy Way Out podcast. My name is Tony Nash, and we are coming to you as always from the Armory in beautiful downtown Owosso, home to our company, AZ Business Solutions.
Today's episode is brought to you by AZ Business Solutions. At AZ, we help grow your brand from A to Z. One of the many ways that we do this is through our video production services. We all know that video marketing is powerful, but chances are your brand isn't using it. In fact, just 24% of brands use online video to reach their customers. Why is your company ignoring this mighty tactic? Let our video crew help you. Show off your company's culture. Tease previews of a brand new product. Shed light on a complicated process. Capture your best customers singing your praises. Answer questions received via social and digital media. Update customers on the latest news in your industry and what it means for them. Don't let intimidation, budget, or creativity constraints stop your business from using video marketing. AZ Business Solutions has you covered.
All right. Well, that was good, Jordan. That was good. You had a little trouble reading that one today, but hey, that's all right. You know, hook it on.
Way better than I would have done, so we're good.
Hooked on phonics. I highly recommend it. No, good job today. Well, how's everyone doing today? Everyone feeling good today?
Feel good, man.
Everyone feeling all right? Any big news going on in the world of Jordan and Zach? Wow, dead silence. Nothing big going on.
Are you kidding me, Tony?
Right.
You know us.
Well, it's great to see you guys. It's great to see you as always, and we are excited today about our guest. Our guest is the new president of the Shiawassee Chamber of Commerce, Greg Klapko. Greg, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to today, our conversation, and it's great to be here at the Chamber in the beautiful Armory building here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what you're doing at the Chamber. Obviously, we're real close neighbors here in the building, so I'm excited to get to know you a little bit more and what you're going to be doing and to give you the opportunity to tell Shiawassee County what's going on. But I believe, if I remember right, and I don't know if you remember this, but I think the first time that we ever met, you were officiating a basketball game. And you officiated a few games that I've coached. I don't know if you've officiated when I've played, but let me ask you this. Have you ever given me a technical foul?
No, you were a true gentleman.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, you were. As someone that put the stripes on for several years, and I still do on occasion, it's enjoyable to come across coaches like yourself. You get your yellers and screamers, and they're screaming at everybody. But
I have my moments.
Yeah, you had your moments, but you did it in the correct way. I mean, you wouldn't be a good coach if you weren't getting on the officials a little bit.
Well, my first year coaching, I got 7 technical fouls. My second year, I got 4. And then I went 4 years without getting any technicals.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what he says.
That is true.
4 years with no technicals?
4 years with no techs.
I will give it to him.
But then this year I got one again. It was for something so dumb. I didn't even, to me, if I'm going to get one, I want to earn it. And I didn't feel like I earned that one, so I would have liked to yell a little bit more. But
well, I don't like to give them away. I mean, if someone, I'm one of those officials. Like you can yell at me, and I'm gonna say, okay, you got your piece in. This is your warning. You go any further, you just set that line, and once we have that line set, we're good. And then if you cross that line, I'm gonna tee you up. But no, and when I refed your games, you were great. Maybe because you were winning. I don't know.
Yeah, it's always easier when you're winning. Well, I think after 2 years of just getting owned, I finally figured out how to get on the good side of the refs. And what I do, and don't tell any of my secrets, even though I'm telling our whole audience of 7 people right now, but I started to learn this as like I said, my first couple seasons I got a lot of technicals. What I started to do is when a ref would make a call and I didn't agree with it, I wouldn't say anything. But then when they would make a good call, I would when they were in earshot of me, I would say something to one of my players, like, hey, guys, the refs are doing a really good job tonight. Like, not say it to the ref, but let the ref hear me talking about how good they're doing to my players. And let me tell you, it worked. It got me on because then I could get away with a little bit of, hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, that was really, really cool.
But you're certainly not a good coach if you're not getting on the refs a little bit.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
Especially in basketball. It's the hardest sport to officiate. You've got 10 guys, women out there, whatever, but they're moving around. There's so much movement. Typically, there's only 2 or 3 refs, and you can't keep an eye on everything. Yeah. You're going to miss things, and there's so many borderline calls that you have to make in a game. You just try to be consistent. That's when I was an official. I just tried to be consistent. You may not have liked the way maybe I called some of the games. Sometimes I let it go a little bit more. Sometimes they're getting too physical. I've got to tighten it up. So it's that fine
Trying
line.
to
But
control the game.
It's the hardest game to officiate without a doubt. If you talk to any official, they'll say basketball. It's tough.
Now, Zach played on my 2017
Yeah, I was going to say, I
state
think
championship.
you were the ref when I played a lot of games. Now that I remember.
I didn't tee you up, right?
No.
Zach, have you ever,
no.
Zach, have you ever got a technical?
I've never gotten a technical. No, I
Never?
abide by the rules. I play the game how it's supposed to be played.
I abide by the rules. Why don't you do that at work? Yeah. No, I don't ever remember you getting a technical. Jordan, did you
Never
play?
got one.
Were you a sports guy in high
I was
school?
not a sports guy. I love watching sports. I just
Yeah.
never played, and
You're a
I
big
kind of
football
regret.
guy.
Yeah, I kind of regret not playing.
So you never got a technical.
No, never.
All right. Well, enough about that, Greg. Congratulations on your new role here at the Chamber of Commerce. We're excited to get to know you, and tell us about what you're doing here as you're getting started.
Well, I come to the chamber with 20 years of experience at Baker College. I had a great career there. And then at my time at Baker, I did a lot of community and employer relations. So I had a connection with the chamber for about 15 years. I started off as a chamber ambassador, and then I kind of morphed into a leadership Shiawassee co-direction of that with Sue Cadillac here and working with Jeff Deason, my predecessor here at the chamber. And then finally, I was a board member. So when Jeff left, now he's in Hawaii enjoying a good time there.
Yeah, none of us feel bad for him.
No, we all need to have a podcast in Hawaii. I'm just going to plug in with Jeff.
I'm down for that.
Update him on everything. Let's do that. Let's get that set up here. Maybe next winter. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But so when I was a board member, I threw my hat in the ring. I was selected by the board here in November. So I'm building a new staff. Sue has decided to move on for bigger and better things for her. So
Yeah, she was here for 22 years, right?
22 years at the chamber, and amazing. So I was hoping to work with her a little bit longer, but the opportunity knocked for her with a great, really great opportunity for her. So I wish her the best. But now I'm building a new team, new staff. So
tell the community about that new team, like who your new team members are.
We have a new member engagement specialist. Her name is Kylie Hollis. She's doing a great job for us. She started the week after I did, and I started November 9th with the chamber. So we're getting to know each other. She's working right up now here at the Armory, up with our connections group right now. They're doing a virtual event right now. She's off to a great start, reaching out to members. And then, of course, with me starting in November, and we also have Allie Marcello, who's our administrative assistant, and she's only been with us a year, just before I was hired in. And then finally, Sally Warren's our accountant. So she's our behind-the-scenes person, but she's very busy. And then our unsung hero for the chamber is really Cheryl Peterson.
Cheryl's awesome.
Yeah, at the SBDC. She's doing a great job. I call her an unsung hero, especially this last year, as you can imagine, with COVID. She's done a great job.
Cheryl is the director of the Small Business Development Center here in Shiawassee County. And let me just say, if you're a small business owner and you haven't reached out to Cheryl, you have to. And she has been such a help to us and really have even used us to facilitate helping a lot of businesses kind of recover and rebound from COVID. And Cheryl, thank you for all that you do for our community. And she has just been fantastic. So new team, new job. Must mean a lot of new ideas and new exciting things. So tell our audience, what's some of the things that are going on right now at the chamber?
Right now at the chamber, we're really starting to, being new, the first thing we want to do, of course, is reach out to our membership. Where can we help you? Where are you struggling? We're doing a lot of listening, as you can imagine. So I'm trying to, when I'm setting up meetings, I'm doing more listening and talking, which I should do at this point. And I try to make that a practice anyway, especially in my position. But really reaching out to them, what do they need? Do they need help with PPE? Do they need help with PPP loans? Do they need, maybe talk about an EIDL grant or just really where can we help them?
Yeah.
There's so many ways that we can help them, and they really need help, especially within this last year. So we've been reaching out to members. We've been kicking off of virtual events with in-person options. Here in the Armory, down in the lower level, we've got a larger room that we can accommodate 40 people and meet all the guidelines currently that are out there by the state and the health department. And we can spread out there and have a safe event and still bring people in virtually. So we're kicking off our first event actually today, and it's a business modeling event with Brian Delorge at Covenant Eyes. He's their director of entrepreneurship, and really talk about business modeling to help small businesses.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday, February 23rd, we're having a topics at 12. and it's going to be here at the Armory, a virtual event with an in-person option. And I've secured a speaker that it's a great topic. It's working from home, best practices.
Oh, wow.
She works for the state of Michigan, leads virtual teams, and she's going to offer her best practices and tips for working from home. Very timely topic. And we want to kind of stay on that theme, probably for our next couple topics at 12.
Yeah. Well, we tried working from home here. Me and Zach, like when COVID first started, like it was just me, Zach, and Brenda.
Right.
And we tried the working from home, but I ended up spending more time at Zach's apartment than I did at my own house.
Right.
So why don't we just go back to the office?
Go back to the office.
The building was locked. We don't really have customers coming in and out, and so we decided to come back. Well, I wanted to ask you something. You talked about PPP and EIDL grants. That's a question that a lot of people have. Is the chamber a resource that somebody can call upon if they have questions about it? Because I know I've had a lot of people ask about this second round of PPP and whether or not they qualified. They got to show that they had a quarter of loss or something. There's a lot of different restrictions. So if somebody out there is wondering if they can qualify, can they reach out to the chamber to get those answers?
They can, yeah. Certainly reach out to us. And eventually you're probably going to be working with Cheryl, who I mentioned before, because she's our expert. And Cheryl is very calm, cool, collected when it comes to those things because it can get confusing. There's constant changing of the rules, the regulations. So, yeah, they can certainly reach out to us because that second round is available. And now, I don't know if your viewership or if you guys have heard this, but nonprofits are eligible. And, we're a 501c6. We were not eligible before. So C6s are now eligible. So there's been some changes there with this second round. But if you did receive it in the first round, yes, you are eligible in the second round, but with some restrictions, as you mentioned. And we can certainly go through that with them.
Excellent. Well, if you're out there and you're wondering, does your business qualify or your organization qualify, reach out to your local chamber and they can provide you with resources, or the SBDC as well.
And the EIDL loans, the EIDL loans, there's a grant option available with that now. So if you did receive that loan, you can now pull out some. You have to meet all the all the guidelines, but there's grant money available there also.
Okay. So outside of some of the things you just mentioned, I know you talked about the event today with Covenant Eyes, and then you're having a Topics of 12 coming up with a in-person option for those that are comfortable with that. But what are some of the other things that people should look forward to with the chamber in 2021? I know, in years past, there's a lot of events that they hold, and I know COVID has really hampered a lot of that. But what are some of the things that, as of right now, could change tomorrow, but as of right now, they can look forward to in 2021?
Yeah, we're really excited, especially about the second half of 2021. Many events, and some that people will remember from this community. Number one, our annual dinner normally would have been last week. However, what we're doing this year is we're having a premier virtual event that we're actually working with you guys at AZ to produce some videos to announce the recipients. Then we hope to have we are going to have an annual dinner. We have to. As part of our bylaws, we have to have an annual dinner / meeting. So we're looking at outdoor venues in June. More on that to come, but we're really excited that we're going to take part in the Shy Try event. I don't know if you guys have talked about Shy Try.
Fitness Coliseum.
Yep, the chamber is going to be part of that, and it's going to take right outside. Start right outside here at the Armory building, and it's short for Shiawassee Triathlon. We're really excited that we're going to be able to. We're going to have. We hope at this point to have kind of like a mimosa beer garden type thing for people.
Sweet.
Yeah. So we hope to have that and be part of that. And then we're really excited that we're going to have our expo committee got together. We usually have that in the spring. We hope to have that in late summer or fall. We're looking at different venues for that. And it'll be kind of a different time of year, a new look.
Yeah.
We lost our facility for that because we normally had it at the high school. We still potentially could have it at the high school, Owosso High School, but we're looking at other alternatives. And then finally, we're really excited that, knock on wood, everything's good for Oktoberfest. And that's our largest outdoor event right down here in downtown Owosso. We're super excited about that and have it bigger and better than ever because, of course, we missed that last year. So a lot of events on the docket. We're looking at potential new ones with the new staff. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, well, one of those particular events stuck out to me because I know, Zach, you're probably really interested in that triathlon, right? Have you signed
No,
up?
I'm not.
Have you signed up for that yet?
No. Tony.
Was
Quit joking around in the podcast.
You had your first workout yesterday in a while,
I did.
right?
Oh, it felt great, man.
Yeah. What'd you do? Did you do it like a triathlon?
First, I started with some bench pressing.
Yeah.
And then I worked my way onto the other machines and whatnot. But you don't want to hear about all that stuff, Tony.
I do. How are the muscles feeling today?
Feeling really sore. I only got like 6 hours of sleep last night, so.
Well, we're gonna get you on that. Sign up for that triathlon. I think that'll be good.
I won't go.
Okay.
Hey, you could just take one leg of it. You know,
True.
You can kayak,
Yeah.
right?
Just an athlon. So okay, well, I want to talk a little bit about well, before we get into kind of the impacts that COVID has had on our community, I know you have a long history in Owosso in our community, but you were at Baker College for how long? 20 years.
20 years.
20
yeah.
years. Okay. Are you? How long have you been in Shiawassee County?
Pretty much my whole life, other than a couple years when I sneaked off to college. So went off to Saginaw Valley for a couple of years, but pretty much I've been in this community my whole life.
Okay, so you're a fixture here.
I'm a fixture here, yeah,
Okay.
and I grew up on North Park Street here in Owosso and started as my paper route when I was 9 and learned my way around town. So
Yeah, I
it was
had a
awesome.
The paper route.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had one too, man.
Paper route,
Hey.
too. I used to sublease my paper route. I knew I was an entrepreneur when I had my own paper route, and I was hiring people to go do the work and paying them a little bit less than what I got. So. But yeah, so what was it? I mean, if you had that position that you were very comfortable in, and obviously taking on a role like this in the midst of a pandemic, that's a big task. And so, what made you want to do that? Like, what was it about the position that made you say, okay, I want to leave what I'm comfortable with and go do this?
Yeah, sometimes you put it like that. I think, what was I thinking,
Yeah.
right? No, but seriously, to me, I just looked at it as a great opportunity. I really look at it as the culmination of my career. Obviously, I'm towards the latter end of my career than the beginning or the middle. So I looked at it as a culmination. With 20 good years at Baker College, had a great experience there, but it was a lot of changes there. So decided to move on. And having worked with the chamber in the past, I thought it was a good fit, not only for my skills and ability, but with all the connections and relationships that I've built in this community. And, my whole goal has always been, how can I make, at this point in my life, in my career, to impact the community that I've, lived in my whole life, raised my family, had 3 great kids that, unfortunately don't live in the community anymore, but they're doing. I've got one out in Brooklyn, New York, one in Denver, Colorado, and one over in the Grand Rapids area. But it was a great community to raise my family.
Yes.
And my whole goal all along is just where can I put myself in a position to impact this community that I know and love so well.
That's awesome. I mean, I was hoping to hear that it was kind of a passion that you had for our community. I do love our community. I moved away to New York for about 4 years, and I ran a big hotel out there, and ultimately I moved back because it is a great place to raise a family, and it's just a nice small town. And Jordan, you grew up and raised in Owosso too?
I was close. Oakley. I was born in Oakley.
Oakley,
And,
yeah.
a small little, blip
Little
on the
village.
map.
Yeah, blink and you miss it.
But I, came to school in Owosso and everything.
So you're an O-Town guy.
And now you're raising your own family here in Owosso?
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
do live in Owosso now. So
Yeah, we're all very passionate about our community, and we're actually working on a video project right now for our community. I don't know if you saw Owosso Strong when it came out the first time.
I did. Very, very well done. I've seen it a couple times, yes.
I appreciate that. And we are now working on Owosso Strong, the sequel, the 2021 version. It should be out next week, hopefully. That's what we got a couple more shots we're looking to get. But it's going to really focus on what we as a community, we're going to reflect a little bit on some of the businesses we've lost over the last year, but we're also going to really focus on what we as residents of this community can do to support our small businesses that are really going through it.
Yeah, we reach out to us when you guys are putting that together, because one of our hashtags through 2020 was Brilliant and Resilient campaign.
Yes.
And we highlighted some of these companies, small businesses that somehow survived. And the weird thing about 2020, several weird things, but one of the weird things is when I've been reaching out to employers and businesses, some are saying, I've never had a better year.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
We really weren't that impacted.
That was us.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys are a good example. Then I would talk to like an Indian Trails, for example. It was just devastated. They lost 90% of their business, has only gotten half of it back, just as one example. And there's other small businesses.
Restaurants have been hit really
Restaurants
hard.
have been hit hard. So it's really weird when you're kind of talking to people. Normally, you'd suck, everybody would say, yeah, it was a decent year or it was a bad year, and it was pretty uniform, the responses you get. But the 2020, there's some companies that just did fantastic like yourself, and then there's others that were just simply devastated.
Well, I know particularly people that were in the digital space probably had a pretty good year, assuming that they adapted quickly. People that were in real estate had a pretty good year because, for whatever reason, people were still buying houses a lot. And I know there's a few industries that did well. Restaurants that had takeout and online ordering, some actually did a little better even than before because their overhead went way down and their sales were even, and so they were more profitable. But yeah, it's definitely been a challenging year, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm excited to get to know you, excited to see what you're going to do with the chamber, and anything that we can do to help. We're excited to help you produce this video coming up here, and anything we can do to help the chamber or help our community, we're all about that here. And so we're excited to do that. So before we get into that, we're going to end the podcast talking a little about specific 2020 or COVID impacts, I should say. But before that, we have a little segment on the show that we introduced here in season 3 called Explain That Post.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
This is our favorite segment on the show also.
well, I'm not prepared for this one.
We did
That's the idea.
we did a deep dive on your Facebook page.
Uh-oh.
And Zach,
And
Not
we
very-
found something here
Not very active on that, by the way.
that we're not sure about, and we're hoping that we can get some explanation on. So is this photo real, first of all?
or is that Photoshop?
Or is that Photoshopped?
That is the Greg Klapko. This is my favorite photo of all time, other than family photos of weddings. But to me, I'm a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm a huge Mike Tomlin fan. And to have the President of the United States there with me.
Yeah.
You just fit right in, man.
Right next to me. Next to me. Photoshopped in there with and this was the Steelers' last Super Bowl. So this is 2009 season. That was the ultimate dream if I was actually there. But no, obviously it was Photoshopped. But
What a letdown. What a letdown.
We were hoping. We thought it looked Photoshopped, but we were hoping it was real.
yeah, this was at the White House. So
Yeah.
it didn't take
Congratulations.
place.
Congratulations. Do you have a terrible towel?
I have several terrible
Yeah,
towels.
I bet you do, yeah.
I have lots of those. So unfortunately, the season didn't end the way the Steelers wanted, but it was nice to get off to a 11-0 start, though.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna really go somewhere this year, but it's.
Thanks for sharing that, though. It brings up
absolutely,
good memories. Good memories.
I've been a Lions.
Thanks for sharing with us.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been a Lions fan my whole life, so I've never had anything to cheer for. I'm actually excited that they got rid of Stafford to give him to go to a place where hopefully he can win, because I think he's an excellent quarterback, just in a bad system.
Yep.
And the Lions have really put two of the greatest players of all time, to retirement in their prime, and that was Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. I mean, those guys were like two of the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
And they both retired at 30, just because the Lions was just a terrible organization. So
Wouldn't let him go.
Yeah,
the
they wouldn't
problem
trade
with the
him.
Lions is that it's a 5-year cycle, and they're cycling somebody in. They just haven't been able to build that continuity. They've had the players, and they've hit on some draft picks, but they've missed on more than they've hit on.
Oh, they definitely.
And I think they got to, again, you always look at it right now with a new regime in there
Good
now.
deal, yeah.
I like what
It
I
was
see.
the best case scenario, I thought, for both sides.
The trade was fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
with you 100%. That was a great trade.
Yeah, for Detroit, it was a great trade, I thought. Yeah.
Oh yeah, great trade for Detroit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit. We know there's been almost 20 businesses in Shiawassee County that have permanently closed. I've actually been keeping a list. Just every time I hear a business goes, I put it in. I try to reach out to the folks, and we've seen almost 20 businesses in our community permanently close their doors since last March. And so I know you're the new guy. You weren't here last year, and so I know we've talked a lot about some of the new things, but what are some of the things that you know of that the Chamber has done and is going to continue to do in 2021 to help businesses that really are hurting? We know that some people have had good years, but there's still a lot of people out there that aren't out of the water yet. And I know of a couple businesses locally that are really struggling, and I know the restaurants are really in a tough spot. So what are some things that they can expect the Chamber to make available to them? Or what are some resources that the Chamber can give to folks that if they're listening, they say, we're in a tough spot. how can the chamber help us?
Besides the loans and the grants and what Cheryl does at the SBDC, besides that, we really just want to reach out, and everyone's in a different situation.
Absolutely.
Just have that conversation. What can we do? Can we get you more exposure on our website? Can we have you maybe sponsor or come to a networking event? So there's several ways that we can connect with them. For us, it's just we want to be there for them, listen, actually, meet with them face to face, have those conversations, because we know for every single one it's going to be different. For a restaurant owner, it might be, hey, we need access to PPE. Can you help us out with that? Can you connect us with somebody? Or maybe they just need help with a grant or a loan, and or maybe they want to look at their business differently. Maybe they want to do some more catering. Maybe they've never done that in the past, or they want to look at the takeout option. That's one thing with this. It's everybody's had to take another look at their business and really recreate themselves.
Creative, yeah, absolutely.
So we want to be part of that process with them. How can we recreate, this business modeling event that we're having today? Maybe they want to take a look at their business model and say, I want to look at it differently. We want to branch out in this. We want to eliminate this. This would be an ideal time to take a look at this business canvas that Brian is going to present today. So there's several ways, that we can help them. And we're also so much, even for small businesses, become HR related. We all know that. The human resource aspect of that. And we're going to rebrand. We had something called the SVPA. It sounds like it was something, named from the 1950s. It's called the Shiawassee Valley Personnel Association. We're going to rebrand that. We're going to call it more like, Shiawassee Human Resource Professionals. So kind of build on like SHARP or SHERP or something like that. But it's really, we bring in some fantastic resources for people on the HR aspect of things, and we really want to promote that. We want to get our young professional network together. I got two new recruits here I'm going to approach about the Young Professionals Network. We want to get that.
I'm not young.
You and I, you still might make it. I'm out.
Yeah, you're in his boat, Tony.
We want to get that group going again too. So
what about the old professionals?
The old professionals,
Senior citizens.
Maybe we can have like a networking event between the two and have those two worlds collide. But
there we go.
But yeah, I mean, we just want to be there for them. Like I said, just as they're looking at reimagining their business, we want to be a partner with them. And there's so many resources that we have to offer. Whether it's discounts on their insurance rates, maybe they need help with their health plan, networking, sponsorship, ads. There's so many ways that we can connect with them.
So if there's a business owner listening and they just really don't know what to do, I mean, could they call the chamber, and would the chamber sit down and help brainstorm ideas with them? I mean, even at that level, is the chamber, will they do that?
Yeah, definitely. We want to sit down, have that conversation with you, and really, we want to talk about, what it means to become a member, why you'd want to become a member, number one. We want to talk about our benefits, obviously, but we also want to talk about those intangible aspects of joining a chamber, which is, we're all in this community together, and kind of that philosophy, all in a rising tide, all the boats are going to lift. So if you're part of this community and part of our chamber, we feel a strong chamber is going to be a strong community, and vice versa. So how does that work together? How can we partner with you with all the programs and benefits that we have?
Excellent. So now I know at the beginning, the chambers of commerce weren't really deemed essential businesses as far as having to be in the building. So I know a lot of last year, the chamber was really working from home. What's that kind of look like today? Is the chamber actively working in the armory daily? Is it part-time? What does that look like?
I'm here every day along with our administrative assistant. Our kind of more behind-the-scenes person, our accounting people, they're still working from home, coming in. And then Kylie Hollis, our member engagement specialist, she's in every day. And we're actually getting out in the community a little bit now, which is nice now that things are slowly starting to open. So, yeah, we're here for you. Stop in. One of the programs I want to mention that we've had people stop in, they're buying Shiawassee, and I wanted to promote that. That's a community currency program that was started about a year ago. Never gained any traction because what happened, the COVID hit. So we got a big boost in that in December. We ended up getting $15,000 Our Town grant from Consumers Energy. Really gave it a kick in the butt that it needed, and it really gained momentum. We sold over $30,000 worth of Shiawassee, and there's still about 22,000 available out there for the community with these 40 merchants.
Yeah. and they can access it right on the homepage. I was looking on the website, and it's right there, front and center. If you want to know more about that program, it's an excellent program, and it will help small businesses in your area. Go check that out. And if you're going to spend money locally here anyways, you might as well do it through this program because it can benefit in a lot of different ways. So we're excited that, the chamber's here. If you're listening out there, and like I said, if you're going through just struggle, if you are unsure of what to do, you feel kind of on an island, alone, helpless, reach out to the Chamber of Commerce. Even if you're not a member, I know there's some really good deals for first-time members that's really affordable. That helped us when we first started out. They can help get you a membership and help, give you some resources that will help you stay on your feet and even kind of move forward as we go into 2021. Greg, I want to ask you this question. What would be a good piece of advice that you would give to business owners, small or large, really, trying to navigate 220 plus executive orders in less than a year and the continuous, unpredictable executive orders that are either making people open, close, this restriction, that this capacity, this curfew, and man, I mean, we've seen business owners, buy tents and igloos and all kinds of plastic shields and had to add all kinds of things just to survive, and those things cost a lot of money. And agree or disagree with what the governor is doing, it seems that there's really a lot of difficult things for business owners. So what would be some good advice that you would give to business owners trying to navigate all of this very difficult thing?
It has been tough because it seems like, anytime you're playing a game, I'm a big sports fan, so you can just imagine playing a game and we're going to change the rules right in the middle of the game.
Right.
And, that's kind of what's been happening. So
and it's always, sorry to interrupt, but it's always like 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
It's never like we're going to do this till May 1st, and then so everyone can plan. It's like we're going to go 2 weeks, and then they wait till like 2 days before everyone's ready to open back up. Oh, we're going to go another 2 weeks, and it's like that kind of thing it's like hopeless. It's like you're excited, you get all ready, you go in, you bring the staff in, get everything set up, and then we're going to do it again, and it's just very, very difficult.
Yeah, so the frustration level is through the roof, let's face it, we've been dealing with this for a year. But the good news is, we know so much more about it. Yeah. Now, we know, so resources, right? I mean, that's what we want to talk about, whether it's financial resources or the protective equipment that you need, or just keeping up, like you said, on a daily basis. The chamber staff, we're constantly in contact, looking at these executive orders. So if you have a question on something, reach out to us. Mm-hmm. We also have a great resource in the SCDP and Justin Horvath and his group. So both organizations are staying in contact on a daily basis with these changes. So if you're just not sure of anything or you have a question, let us know. But the biggest thing is we can be a resource, a sounding board, and we also have that, that political element to our jobs. And that is, we have a pipeline to Ben Frederick, our state rep, and we have a pipeline to both of our senators, Stabenow and Peters, and Tom Barrett, our state senator, and John Molinar. John Molinar was in here a couple weeks ago. We had a meeting with him. So we have kind of that pipeline with our political leaders, and they need to be there for us, and they need to hear from us. And there's strength in numbers, and when we come at them as a chamber group, as an economic development group, they listen. Yeah. And that certainly helps too. So we can kind of move things along. Maybe they're stuck in some government red tape for something. They need to reach out to us too. So these are some of the intangible benefits that you get when you belong to a chamber that you don't really, it's not showing up in your chamber benefits, but that we're there. We're your piece that you can talk to, political leaders, et cetera, to kind of get your frustrations across to. Sometimes it's just venting. People just need to vent, I find. But keeping up with these orders is a challenge. We know now going forward it's going to be a slow rollout. Well, what's that going to look like? We don't really know, right? So you really have to stay on top of it, and we can definitely help small businesses in that area.
Yeah. Well, I'm encouraged. I would, I know I told you before, I had some conversations with people wondering what's going on with the chamber. Obviously, with Jeff and Sue leaving, a lot of people didn't know what to expect, and so I'm encouraged after speaking with you today. It sounds like there's a lot of exciting things coming on. And listen, there's no possible way the chamber could individually reach out to every single business right now, but they're here. and they're a resource. And so reach out to them, ask for help, and they will provide it. And I believe that Greg is going to be true to his word, and I think that he really is passionate about this community. And so, Greg, thank you for all that you're doing. We wish you all the best of luck. We want to see the chamber succeed. Obviously, if commerce succeeds in our area, then we all benefit from that. So we want to see you do well.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and bear with us, too, because when you're building a new team, a new staff, I'm sure we're going to have some stumbles along the way, especially with everything that we're encountering. But we're really excited about it, and we're going to bring in some new ideas, but continue the things that really worked for the chamber in the past, those great events and programs that we've had through the years. So we're really excited.
And if somebody wants to get in, in the club early, do you take bribes?
Sure.
Yeah. All right.
So of course we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody has a price, right?
Everybody has a price. But I'm glad you mentioned that, because we did redevelop our membership. We went to a tiered dues system, where before they used to base membership at the chamber, just you have X number of employees, this is your dues. We kind of changed that, more of a menu of options that you can choose from. So, each one's individual business is different. They want different options to choose from, and we have that ability now.
Okay.
So,
excellent. Well, before I give you a chance to tell people where they can find the chamber online or physically where they can find you, we have a little segment called Say It in 60. And so our man Zach here is going to give you 10 rapid-fire questions.
This is a recurring segment that we have on our show here, where you can win a prize to one of 6 small shops or restaurants here in the Shiawassee County.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We're going to ask you 10 questions, but first we're going to have you spin this wheel.
Okay.
To find out what you're playing for. So you just press that center button right there. What do we got?
Oh, it's like right on the line. I'm gonna have to make that.
It should say right at the top.
Oh, it did. Okay, it came on the line. I'm an official, so I'm very precise, but it is leaning slightly towards Roma's, which is
Roma's back door.
What does it say at the very top?
It does say Roma's.
Okay, there you go. Roma's Pizza.
Roma's Pizza.
Excellent.
But see how it's like right on the line there?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about. It's right there.
So this is for $25 gift card to Roma's Pizza. Roma's back door. It's a lot of pressure now because they have amazing Chicago-style pizza. So,
that's true.
Zach's going to start the timer.
There's 10 questions, right?
Yeah. You got.
I do have the ability to pass.
Do you have the questions, or am I asking?
I have the questions right here. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, sir. Are you ready?
I'll give it my best.
That's a great answer.
That's all we asked for.
All right, your time starts now. What is a must-read book?
Good to great.
Good to great. All right. What is a daily habit that everyone should do?
Exercise.
Good. Favorite podcast?
Rich Eisen.
Must binge show on TV?
Mrs. Maisel.
30 seconds left here. Mrs. Maisel. Good. What is your why? Why do you do what you do?
Family. Community.
Good. What's your best piece of advice?
Carpe diem. Seize the day. Seriously. I mean, take each day as a new one and attack it.
Favorite quote?
Favorite quote? Boy, that's I'm going to pass on that one.
Pass.
Come back.
9 seconds left. Who do you look up to?
My parents.
What does success look like to you? 5 seconds.
Success looks like to me is anything that benefits our community.
All right, favorite quote? So close.
He passed on the favorite quote one. That's okay. Well, the Carpe Diem, that one could have been your favorite.
I was going to say that.
So that could have been both.
I think we're going to give it to him on a technicality.
Oh, of course we're going to give it to him.
We're going to give it to him on the technicality there.
You're my kind of official.
Yep.
Wait, or this would be my time to say, you can turn the tables on me and give me a technical.
You do a challenge. Do a challenge. All right. Well, congratulations. Enjoy Roma's. Take the family out or just go by yourself and hide in a booth in the corner and have some, have a whole pizza. Roma's used to have a challenge. Have you ever had their Chicago style
I never
pizza?
had it, no.
Okay, we got to go.
Roma's,
we're coming.
We're coming for you.
So they have it's a thick pizza. It's all sauce on the top. And the crust is like that thick, and it's just filled with cheese. And
I've had that style of pizza before. It's fantastic.
But the pizza's only like that big around. But they used to have a challenge. If you could eat the whole thing by yourself, it was free because it's so thick and it's so much food.
It's like eating a pie, right? It's just.
But it's
a pizza pie,
A pizza pie. Yeah.
They've got a killer family feeds 4 meal too.
Yeah.
You get like lasagna or spaghetti and salad.
Feeds 4 is always tricky because if I'm one of those 4,
with Roma's,
let's feed 1.5 now.
I would say it truly feeds 4. It would feed 4 of me. So
but 4 of you is like 2 of me. So So maybe it feeds 2. Me and Zach will be all right.
Right.
We'll polish it off. Yeah. Well, Greg, again, thanks for being on the show. Why don't you look at that camera there and tell our audience where they can find the Chamber of Commerce?
First of all, we're located in the beautiful Armory building right here in downtown Owosso on Water Street. We're up on the 2nd floor, so when you come in, you'll come in straight and take a right upstairs. We're up there with the SCDP and the SBDC, Cheryl Peterson, so we're up on the 2nd floor. And then, of course, feel free to stop in. We are in the building now, as we talked about earlier. And then finally, our web address is the shiawasseechamber.org. You can find everything out about the chamber there, about all of our events, about Shia Cash, and of course becoming a member. And we also have, we talked about COVID today, we have all of our COVID resources listed right on our website. So we've got it right there for you. I'm sure you have questions, whether it's the updated guidelines that are coming down, whatever it may be. We've got it right there on our website.
And follow them on Facebook. You guys are on Facebook, right?
Facebook, yep, we're on Facebook, and I'm kind of a LinkedIn guy, so make sure you check us out on LinkedIn too. We have a LinkedIn page, and Kylie Hollis is our social media person for us because at her age she's in her mid-20s, so she gets it. She gets it, and she gets it more than me. So she's our social media expert, so to speak. So. But yeah, we're out there on LinkedIn, Facebook. Make sure you check us out there. But most importantly, the website. That's where you're going to find the most resources.
Okay, so Greg, Allie, Holly. Reach out to them. They're here to help and provide. And Cheryl.
Cheryl, yes.
Yeah, and they have a lot of resources for you, so reach out to them. So before we go today, now we've been saying today, we're actually filming this on Thursday. This is going to go live on Monday, the day after Super Bowl 52. What's Super Bowl?
55.
55.
Double nickel.
Yeah, wow. Super Bowl 55. We got Buccaneers, Tom Brady, the GOAT, versus the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the best teams we've seen in the NFL in a long time. Mm-hmm. Very talented team and an extremely talented quarterback. So it should be a good game. But what I want to do, since you'll be watching this after the Super Bowl, we're going to give our predictions of the game. And if any of us get it right, then they got to buy. We won't make you get in on this one, Greg. Okay. But here, if we get it right, then the other people got to buy us lunch. So, but it's got to be exact, score and winner. So I'm going to start with Greg. Who do you predict will win, and what do you think the score will be?
I think it's going to be a great game, first of all. It's a great matchup. The two best quarterbacks, probably Brady the best ever. I'll give him that. And Mahomes probably, I think, the best right now. So the quarterback matchup is just phenomenal. But I'm going to go Kansas City, and I'm going to go 31-27.
Okay, close game.
Real close game.
Either way, I hope it's a close game. I hate Super Bowls that are a blowout.
I know. It's just going to be weird with just only 25,000 fans there and not all that buzz leading up to it. It's going to be kind of a little weird, but it's been a weird year anyway for the NFL. Yeah. But I just think that Kansas City's just a little better offensively, and their defense is just good enough to win it.
31-27. Okay.
That's a good prediction. I like that.
All right, Zach, what you got?
I would go somewhere along those lines. I'm going to say 33-28, and we're going with Brady.
Going with the
number
Bucks.
7.
All right.
Yeah. I would also go Bucks. So I'm with you, Zach, and I'm gonna go 38-24.
38-24. Wow, a blowout.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I mean, kind of a blowout.
It'll be close for a while, but then Brady will just.
That's a Vegas blowout.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to say this: Tom Brady is undeniably, unquestionably. Don't argue with me. He is the GOAT. And if you don't believe that, then you are either in denial or you're a big Michigan State fan. One of the two. So Tom Brady, 10 Super Bowls, that's incredible. That's incredible. And obviously I'm a Michigan fan, so I'm a little bit biased. But, how can you deny 10 Super Bowls and 6 rings, going for a 7th at 43 years old?
Incredible.
Beat Aaron Rodgers, beat Drew Brees, and so just with a brand new team. His last team didn't even make the playoffs. So there's just a lot to support my theory here. But I'm going to go
your theory.
Yes, that's my theory. I'm going to go. Obviously the fan in me is gonna pick the Bucks. I want to see Tom Brady get his 7th. I'm going to say it's going to be a defensive matchup because that Buccaneers defense is phenomenal. So I'm going to go 24-21 Buccaneers. 24-21 Buccaneers. So mark it down. Zach's going to put all these on the screen so that we remember. And next week we're going to find out. We'll find out Sunday. So let's see how we did.
Should be a great game, great matchup. I just think Kansas City just has that slight advantage with their offense. I'll give the defense a little bit to the Bucs, but I just think offense rules the day right now in the NFL. So I'm going to give them a slight.
There's no question that Kansas City is the better team. Their offense is incredible. The Buccaneers are definitely the underdog. If Brady plays like he played in the first half of the Green Bay game, the whole game, it'll be a good game. But if he has a bad half like that, I don't know if they can withstand Kansas City. So he's got to bring it the whole game.
Well, Mahomes has been he's been injured, right? He the playoffs.
He is, but with this layoff, he'll be 100%. He had a little turf toe issue there, but he should be good to go. And he looked fine in the AFC Championship game. And that's the other thing. Brady's the GOAT. I'll give him the GOAT. But right now, Mahomes is the best quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he has
He's
that
top
running.
dog
He has
right
that
now,
running ability, and it's very underrated.
avoids-
He'll
That should
make
be
a
a great
play
show.
or two watch in the Super Bowl running.
If he avoids injury, he'll probably be the greatest or one of the greatest ever for sure because he's so versatile.
Yep.
He's so versatile. But
That's why it's a great matchup. You got the greatest quarterback, and I'm a Michigan State fan, but I admit
Sorry.
I'll give Brady his
So is
props.
Jordan.
I'm with you.
He's the greatest
Goes
quarterback
go
of
green.
all time, without a doubt. It's
Yeah.
unquestionable.
Yeah.
But he's playing against the best quarterback right now. That's why it's a great matchup, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's a quarterback-driven league. So
can't script it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a great show, baby.
yep,
Yeah.
it is.
Well, Greg, again, thank you for joining us today, and please keep us posted on everything that's going on. We wish you all the best of luck, and we're looking forward to working with you. Anything that AZ Business Solutions can do to be of assistance to you, to be assistance to the members of the chamber. If you want to come on the podcast, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about your business. But again, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and I appreciate the time, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys in the future and maybe future podcasts. This is great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us. As my mother always says, you can't and never could until you tried. So go out there and try something great, my friends, and don't take the easy way out. We'll see you next time.